Hello everyone. Let's start our third part of the story of village Palampur, in which we were now studying about the fifth, fifth point, farming in Palampur. In that, land, crop, farming, yield, advantages, land sustainability, green revolution, land distribution, labor, sales of surplus, produce, we will study. First one, land is a fixed one. Farming in Palampur, on that the organization of or the farming in Palampur, the land is a major part. Farming is the main activity in Palampur. We have studied also in our introduction part. It is the main part of any village as the farming. Second one, some wasteland converted into the cultivatable land. We always use the wasteland as a cultivated land. We did not have to just waste any of the land piece in a drought land. Let's move to our second topic, crop seasons in Palampur. How many crop seasons were there in our country also, or in a village of our country? That is, first one Kharif season and the second one is Rabi season. Kharif season is identified as a rainy season, like during the month started from the June, July to September, October month. The Kharif season is identified as a rainy season. Second one, crops during these seasons are basically jowar, bajra, wheat, etc. Wheat is a Rabi season crop, but we can also consider as a Kharif season crop also. These are used as a cattle feed in Palampur area. And at the Palampur village, these seasonal crops were grown in Kharif season, which is also known as a rainy season production. Second one, Rabi season. Rabi season is a drought season. Basically starts from the ending of winter season to the whole month of summer season. It is identified with the winter or a dry season as well. Wheat is an important Rabi crop in our country. Sugar cane is grown on the large scale of Rabi season. Now, farming in Palampur also comprises the cropping patterns. There were the different varieties of cropping pattern. The cropping pattern. Cropping means to how we are growing the crops at the village. The cropping pattern includes single cropping, double cropping, multiple cropping. In single cropping, during the duration of the whole year, we produce only one kind of crops in a single piece of land. Whereas in double cropping, in this we use two crops are raised during the whole year and given a piece of a land, or in a one piece of land we will grow two types of crops. Third one is our multiple cropping. In this, three or more crops are raised during a year on a given piece of land. Means three season production activities will be done in a single piece of a land. Altogether, cropping patterns includes a well-developed irrigation system, regular electricity supply would be required, government and private tube wells for irrigation. Irrigation means watering in the field. Third, use of modern farming method. Nowadays we are using in agriculture modern farming methods. And if we are having all these three above activities like irrigation supply, electric supply, or the government aided or the new modern farming techniques, we will have a surplus of wheat production. Farming includes farming methods. The cropping pattern we have discussed. There are single, double, multiple. And now let's start our farming methods. One is of a traditional farming method which we are doing since for many thousands of years, and the second one is modern farming method. Now traditional farming, what do you mean by traditional farming? These include practices which Indian farmers have been using from many generations. Use of a pair of a block carts, or for plugging the field. For plugging the field we have seen how many there were different kinds of block cuts were there. A pair of a block cuts are there according to a land area size. Next, drawing water from the wells. In ancient time, there were no electricity, no irrigation process were there through the means of electricity or a bore wells. At earlier time or ancient time, we use wells, tube wells, or the direct canal water for irrigation purpose. In traditional method, transporting of the product which we have grown in the field or the crops, we transport that crops to the market through the block carts. Farmers work with traditional wooden tools and equipment. Organic manure provides nutrition to the soil. Organic manure means made pesticides and all things were made organic, means the byproduct of plants and animals are only used for the irrigation purpose. Because of using the traditional farming, it requires huge time. It is having a time taken process. Many land labors were required, and it is a slow production activity. So the result of that is having a low productivity. We cannot get excess of crop production during the traditional method, whereas in modern farming method, this includes uses of electricity. Nowadays we have seen a modern farming only, which include electricity, machinery, other sources of energy, and irrigation facilities. High yielding varieties of seeds are there. That kind of seeds which give more production during the irrigation process or agriculture process. The chemical fertilizers we are using, pesticides for killing the pest, insecticides, tube wells and canals are the major sources of irrigation nowadays. Now modern equipments like tractors were used, and for transporting the produce or the crops which has grown in the field were transported through the means of tractors, trucks, etc. Or result of the modern farming, the productivity of land increases manifold, means the production of land area, means the crops rate, percentage of crop production is increased due to that. Next one, yield. What do you mean by yield? Yield is a measured as crop product produced on a given piece of land during